trivia, and more. Get gear in women's, youth, toddler, and infant sizes, perfect for all of our Dragon fans. Support your favorite Dragon team with Select a Logo. Anything custom ships in 72 hours. And take your tailgating to the next level with items like bleacher chairs, tailgate tents, and lawn chairs. Get the gear and support your team with profits going directly to Dragon Athletics from shop.msumdragons.com.
North-South play. Minnesota State Mankato, the only undefeated team remaining in the Northern Sun. They might be the only team that gets into the NCAA playoffs. So this has been a top-heavy league. You can see Augustana at 4-2, 3-1. Maybe if they run the table, a postseason is in Augustana's cards.
Sure, they could battle for it. If they run the table on this, very possible.
Your standings are presented by Buffalo Wild Wings. Augustana will go home for Minot and Concordia. They'll go to Winona, then home for Southwest Minnesota State as this kickoff goes out of bounds. So you've maybe got one hurdle if you're Augustana after today, and that's at Winona State.
Yeah, well, and that would be a battle down there when they have to go into Winona and play the Warriors down there. That's always a tough place to play.
Speaking of the Warriors, after this football game is over, I'll have the privilege of running downstairs, which is not a pretty sight, and broadcast the Dragons volleyball match against Winona State. Becky Berth will join me, as we'll hear her color commentary, a softball pitcher, yet talented broadcaster in the making.
There you go.
We'll do the game together.
Young lady out of Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Wausau, I think she's from that area. Up by Green Bay.
So look at this field position for the Dragons after the two penalties on the kickoff. 1st and 10 from midfield. The Dragons trail 14-0. This is Jokum trying to get to the edge, and he's not going to find it. Michael Closa did, a senior safety out of Wiley, Texas.
Nicely designed play, although the corner wasn't made. That tackle needed to make that block, that hook block, and instead the defensive end and the outside linebacker were able to stretch that thing all the way to the sideline for about a 1-yard gain.
Jokum again, straight up the middle, and he was one shoestring away from getting away from T.J. Liggett out of Rosemount, Minnesota. Jokum picked up 2, and now the Dragons are in a 3rd and 7. They're 0 for 2 on 3rd downs today.
A couple of weeks ago, T.J. Liggett, he's quite the tackler. He had 9 tackles 2 weeks ago and was NSIC Defensive Player of the Week for his showing. Caused 2 fumbles, had 9 tackles. He's a sure tackler, number 43. He gets his hands on you, he's going to make the tackle.
He's 4th in the NSIC. That was his 50th tackle this season. This is 3rd and 7. Plasterer throwing near side, and was that ball caught? No. On the near side, Jake Richter tried, but the Dragons come up short again, and it is 4th down, and here comes the punting unit one more time.
Yeah, 3 series in a row, 3 punts. Not the way you want to start the game, not the way that Coach Lockway designed things.
Oxendorf, another beauty. Can he get a friendly hop? He can. Oxendorf doing his job this afternoon. Now can the Dragon defense. Augustana's had the football twice, and they've scored. They've got 122 yards, and Mr. Jones, Devin Jones, has run and caught a touchdown so far this afternoon.
25-yard receiving touchdown on that last drive that went 4 plays, 67 yards for the Vikings. Now they've got a little more yardage that they need to tote before they can think about scoring.
This is Jared Epperson. He'll make his way up to the 14-yard line. He averages 4.2 yards per run. So they've got Jones, they've got Epperson, they've got Sinflorent. It's not a bad rushing attack. They just haven't really lived up to standards so far. 2nd and 2 for Augustana. Sadler throwing long. He's got a man. Drew Reinschmidt came down with it all the way up to the 45-yard line. That's 32 yards and a first down as we take a look at the play. First of all, Sadler has all day to throw. Then he threw it up. Reinschmidt turned around, found the ball, and came down with it. Epperson on the right side. A lot of running room for Epperson. Eggert can't catch him. This is a touchdown. There's a lot of flags on the field.
Laundry everywhere downfield. I think that might be coming back.
The flag is thrown at the 25-yard line.
Holding. Offense, number 1. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Still results in a first down.
It's not going to come back all the way. The touchdown's going to be negated. Epperson's still going to get credit for 19 yards as there was a hold downfield. This will still result in an Augustana first down. And one of your keys to a Dragons victory was find your identity. Right now the Dragons got to find their feet.
They need to find their feet, and they got to figure out how to tackle. There were 3 missed tackles on that play.
St. Florent straight ahead for 2.
Open field tackling early on in the season for the Dragons, what I could see anyway, was not bad.
Pretty good, yeah.
The last 3 games, it's been pretty atrocious.
So this will be a 2nd and 8 for Augustana in their white, blue, and gold. The Dragons, and those grays.
Gray with red.
2nd and 8 for Augustana. Play clock at 3. Sadler throwing, has a man again. The question is, was Sean Engel in bounds? And they're going to say yes.
I don't think so, but
Blake Wilkins is going to.
we don't have replay in this
we
game.
do right here.
Well, I know we do, but
There's Sadler.
not for
Here's
those guys.
Engel.
Oh,
yeah,
he did.
absolutely.
1 foot down.
He got a foot down at the 13-yard or at the 12-yard line.
Yes. Yeah, I knew it was going to be close, but boy, that was a nice pitch and catch.
3 receivers to the right. Sadler in an empty backfield. Now Jones. Here's Devin Jones. He already has 2 touchdowns. And he'll get belted at the 10-yard line. Mark him down at the 9. He'll pick up 3.
This Augustana offense is all over the place on their plays. I mean, they're running jet sweeps, wheel routes, and fake this, fake that. A lot of zone blocking up front. Hard offense to try to key on and find a stop.
St. Florent back in the ball game. This is 2nd and 7 for Augustana. Sadler looping. Touchdown. They are making this look easy. Brett Shepley with his 4th touchdown this season. It's 20-0 Augustana.
And that was a beautiful, beautiful pass by the quarterback, Sadler. Led him perfectly to the corner. 1-man route out there, man-to-man coverage. And the wide receiver, Shepley, just beats his man and over-the-shoulder catch. Beautiful, beautiful play.
Garita has been busy. His extra point is good. We'll take a break. I'm sure Steve Lockway does as well. 3:49 remaining in the first quarter. It's Augustana 21, the Dragons nothing.
Another day. And just like every day, it never seems to slow down. But you have a plan. Grab a cup, grab the paper, and grab a little time. Just for you. It's worth it. Don't get the paper? Just grab the phone. Call now and save up to 60% off the newsstand price. Journalists, bringing the story home every day.
Don, those are some happy Augustana fans on our Gate City Bank fan cam. Make every ATM a free ATM with a Gate City Bank checking account. You can use any ATM for free with unlimited automatic fee refunds. Contact us at gatecitybank.com. Gate City Bank, for a better way of life, member FDIC. 21-0 as Garita kicks off again. Henke again from the 5, 10, 15. And I don't know if you can hear it at home, but I hear a lot of hooping and hollering on the far side of the field.
Yeah, they have a lot to cheer for right now. Their fans are packed in the stands on the far sideline, sitting in the sun. What a beautiful day out here for football for the Dragons. Not so beautiful on the scoreboard.
21-0, Don. You can't erase what's happened in this first 11 minutes and 17 seconds. Where do you go from here?
You have to go positive, play after play, get first downs, and take this ball on a drive and try to answer the Vikings.
Jokum. Good hard running. He'll get 10 yards. This is one thing the Dragons haven't done. This is where it starts, a first down.
And I'm thinking he's pretty close to their season average of 44 a game already on the carries that he has. He's got 9, 7, 9. That's 18. That's 20, what, 25?
You're asking me to do math?
Yeah, well, I'm just doing math on 3 carries plus the one that he got 1 on. The offensive line for the Dragons needs this for a confidence thing, too. They need to be able to blow the defensive line off, let the running back pick his way through the holes and get positive yardage, pick up first downs.
Here he is again. And he's loose. Now he's got that season average. Jokum is going to get sliced down here on the near sideline by Jake Polson, but there's that running game the Dragons have been trying to find.
And he was not going to go out of bounds, folks. He knows that he doesn't have that speed on the sideline, that he's going to beat that guy to the end zone. But you know what? He turns back in on him right there and says, go ahead, take my legs out, but I'm going to pick up that extra 2 yards, leaning forward. Nice run by Ty Jokum.
Jokum with 64 yards already. Here he goes again. Hey, you know what? When you're hot, you're hot. Keep feeding them the mail.
Hey, he can do it. In high school, I think his senior year in fall of 14 for Fargo Davies, he was an all-state running back, and they won the state championship his senior year. Jokum watched him grow up and watched him play some football, and I think he had about 1,400 yards rushing his senior year. Here, he's carrying the mail for him right now.
Well, they had to do something, and this is where it started, like you mentioned. You're not going to make up 21 points on one play. You got to start going back to basics, and that's blocking and running the football, and that's what they're doing as Herman Gray goes in motion. A little scoop up ahead.
And I was just going to say, there's no need to get cute. Just pound the rock up between the tackles, maybe a little bit off tackle towards the tight end, get some guys moving up front. Do the zone blocking there. They get a little cutesy.
Yeah.
Try to catch somebody off guard. Well, that defense for the Vikings had none of that.
That was Zane Miller for the Dragons. And I think officially that'll go as a pass because it went forward, even though the tackler, Jake Den, was right there. 1:10 remaining here in the first quarter. It's a 3rd and 7 for the Dragons. Plasterer, give. This is Denver Colgrove, and he's going to lower his head and get a first down. You talk about somebody who doesn't want to go down. I talked to Denver after the game last week. He said, I don't know, I'm healthy. I want the ball.
Give me
That's
the ball.
why he wants the ball.
Give me the ball.
You want to get in front of this?
No, he's a freight train.
Boom.
Battering
Goodbye.
ram. He is the battering ram.
He ran over and blew somebody up last year for Upper Iowa. It's probably good that we don't remember his name. I was driving back. The bus came back. We both were at Clearwater exit. Steve, you see me blow that guy? He just loves the contact. Plasterer, good throw on the run. It's Trent Marquardt. This Dragon offense is showing us something.
Now, when you can run the ball, that softens things up. The defensive line can't pin their ears back on the pass. the linebackers have to stay home because of the run. And now that opens up some play action passing for Matthew Plaster and the wide receivers.
The Dragons don't have to run another play if they choose. There's 10 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. They give it to Ty Jokum, and he's loose again, down to the 10-yard line, and that's going to do it for the first quarter. The Dragons fell behind 21-0, but they're knocking at the door.
It's a new stay at the Courtyard by Marriott, located just minutes from downtown Fargo, local colleges, shopping centers, and several restaurants. The Courtyard features a 24-hour fitness center, 24-hour on-site Starbucks, and our bistro restaurant and lounge open for breakfast and dinner daily. Relax in one of our 2 indoor swimming pools and hot tub. The comfort your family needs close to all the action at the Courtyard by Marriott. Visit our website or call 218-284-1000. That's 218-284-1000.
The official online store of the Dragons is shopmsumdragons.com with over 1,300 officially licensed items to show off your Dragon pride. Shopmsumdragons.com. Ty Jokum, 8 carries, 65 yards. That's what this Dragon team has been looking for all season long. Jokum's in the backfield on 2nd and a couple. Here goes Ty. He'll get spun around, and he's close to a first down.
Close to the first down. He was hit about 1 yard behind the line of scrimmage, and he was able to spin off of that and pick up a yard. They got him. First down. He crossed the line and was able to pick up that first down. Nice job by that offensive line. Again, big positive for them on this whole drive is they've been able to run the ball and do some great things up front in their zone blocking as they are letting Ty Jokum pick his way down the field.
This is Jokum. Inside the 5. Okay, everything's all fine and dandy, John, or Don. It's all fine, and they got to get these 4 yards, though.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You got 4 chances. You got one of them right there.
Like Steve Lockway reminded me, they had the ball inside the 20-yard line against Winona State up 3. Couldn't finish it off. A safety, an interception. A couple minutes later, they find themselves on the wrong end of a 28-26 result. This is 2nd and goal from the 4. And this goes backwards. Jokum is going to lose 3 yards back to the 7-yard line. That's Jake Den again. A senior out of Madelia, Minnesota. This will be 3rd and goal from the 7-yard line.
The safety, Eli Weber, number 17, out of Dawson, Minnesota. Dawson Boyd High School. Came flying in there from his safety position on a safety blitz. There were 4 white jerseys behind the offensive line of the Dragons on that play after the ball was snapped. Ty Jokum didn't have a prayer.
3 receivers on the left. Colgrove to the right. He's open, but Plasterer can't find him. Here's Matthew. Keeping it, and he'll go down. He got hit by Grayson Diepenbrock. Sophomore defensive end, Parker, Texas. Now the Dragons will come on for the field goal. Boy, Colgrove just stopped for a moment and went out to his right. And there was nobody near him. But Plasterer was moving to his left. This is Hobart Diaz. He's 5 for 7 on field goals this year. That's a good hold by Oxendorf, and this kick is good. So the Dragons are on the board. 12:32 remaining in the first half. They still trail at 21-3.
Your man cave is a lie. It's not a masculine refuge. It's a basement in your wife's house. Caves don't have frilly craft store signs. Yell about it. In your man cave, no one can hear you scream. Wake up! Head upstairs and get to B-dubs, where the kegerators are just called taps, the wall color is TVs, and the wings taste like freedom. Also, your friends actually like coming here. Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar!
The Dragons Swim School is second to none in the FM area. Visit MSUMdragons.com/swim for more information. Learning to navigate the water is easy with the help of the Dragons Swim School. Don, a 12-play, 68-yard drive. It gave the Dragons defense some time to breathe on the sidelines, and they get some points, but I don't know if that's enough.
But it wasn't 6, and this team, the Dragons, that offense really needed to see 6 points. That was a disappointment for the offense. Yes, they got the 3 points, but they got inside the 5 and had a first down and didn't get it done.
And now Augustana, they had 197 yards in the first quarter. They had the football 3 times, and they scored 3 times. So the only thing that stopped them was the end zone.
Right? There were no more yards.
You can laugh all you want.
Well, there were no more yards to be had because they ended in the end zone. You're correct. That is.
So the
100%.
Dragon offense just did its job. Now the guys in gray, if you're a Dragon fan, maybe need to come up with something. Epperson, a ton of running room. Epperson, still with a ton of running room. Aren't you kidding me? 75 yards. It's 27-3.
Complete breakdown on defense. 2 blitzes happening, leaving the middle wide open. If you watch this, folks, 1-2, everyone is inside, and Epperson has nothing but green in front of him all the way to the red end zone.
Garita. Going to try to kick it through these uprights now. Doesn't matter what the uprights look like. He's put them through them all. 12:20 left to go. First half. 28-3.
Affinity Plus definitely seems like a credit union that cares about people. I've always had a good time whenever I go into my branch. I feel like I laugh every time. Like if they came into a bar, right, then they would be like the friend that you want to introduce to everybody. I talk about this credit union all the time because I think it's just like a gift to the world, because with my experience in the past, this has been just indescribable.
Check out the newest MSUM Dragons podcast at msumdragons.com/podcast, or search MSUM Dragons on iTunes and Spotify, and subscribe to the MSUM Dragons podcast. Today, Doug Peters, Chad Markison talking about something that we don't have today, and that's inclement weather. Just a lot of Vikings scoring touchdowns are, oh my word, hurting this afternoon so far, weather-wise. Thank you, Mother Nature, for a gorgeous afternoon.
It is a beautiful day for football, and the sun is shining on the Dragons here today. It's also shining on the Vikings. And their crowd on the other sideline has a lot to cheer for.
This is Garita again. And this is going to be sweep, nailed, 20-yard line. The Dragons had been doing the fair catch deal most of this season and starting at the 25-yard line. Maybe Steve Lockway's looking for some kind of play for special teams to jumpstart this squad. It trails by 25.
Yeah, you can't return one for a touchdown if you fair catch it every time, so at least you have an opportunity.
Yeah, but you start at the 25, and now after this personal foul, let's see where the Dragons' starting field position is going to be. How about the 9.5? I'd rather start at the 25 myself.
Who's to know?
12 minutes, 15 seconds remaining here in the first half of what has turned out to be a nightmarish first half for the Dragons. We mentioned this Augustana squad. Maybe they hurt us. Maybe underachieved a little bit.
Had they been underachieving?
Well, offensively, they came in averaging 313 and a half yards. That's third in the league. But running the ball, they were 103 yards. Passing the ball, 210. Those aren't huge numbers. They lost to Mankato. So's everybody.
Yep,
they lost to Bemidji, and
you just never know.
Yeah.
I mean,
they lost by
happen.
1 on the final play of the game in a 2-point conversion.
Right.
Here's another flag.
Well, we couldn't hear that. Declined that and took the down.
So they're close. This team's really close. All right, the expectations for Augustana, probably an NCAA playoff berth.
Well, of
the
course.
Expectation coming into the season.
Of course. Yes, I think that is their thoughts, number one, in all of their sports at Augustana.
This is a 2nd and 9. 3 receivers on the near side. Plasterer hits Bresnahan. He'll stretch forward to the 15-yard line and bring up a 3rd and 5. Grady Bresnahan came into today first in the NSIC in catches, 2nd in yardage, and he is hurt, and this guy's been in a lot of pain all season long, just nicked up, getting hit, but this looks like it's more than a nick or a cut.
Twisted down on the tackle. Couldn't really tell what happened, but he made a great move, great football move after he caught the ball, waited for a block in front of him, and then he was able to cut it upfield. The tackle happened, nothing egregious, very good tackle made on him, and they just rolled around. So hopefully it's something that doesn't hold him out for very long.
Yeah, look at that, Don. He doesn't want to put any weight or very little weight on that right ankle.
And that's the one that's kind of been bugging him for the last 3-4 games. So,
but that guy right there is a dragon. He's
tough.
Front and center at every basketball game, other sports events. This guy, maybe a little too vocal once in a while, but he lets everyone know who he's cheering for. So good on him.
Oh yeah.
This is 3rd and 6 for the Dragons. Plasterer. They'll try the draw with Jokum, and he fumbles. It's recovered by the center, Harris. They're going to say he's down.
Good athletic play by Harris to see that ball after he made his block. He is the Dragons center, and that ball got popped out of Ty Jokum's hands in a crowd, and Sam Harris was able to pick it up, recover it, so there wasn't a turnover for the Dragons.
Pakula back deep. Oxendorf gets off another beauty. This is a 51-yard punt. Pakula grabs it. He's loose. Across the 40 to about the 43-yard line. And this is where Augustana will set up shop. They've had 4 possessions. They have 4 touchdowns. They have 272 yards. Devin Jones has scored twice. Sadler found Brett Shepley, and then Epperson ran 75 yards. They're going to try Devin Jones in the backfield. It's 1st and 10 for the Vikings. With 10:46 remaining in the first half, up 28-3. An empty backfield for Sadler.
Two-man screen.
Loose with it is Jacob Cleveringa, and he's loose. Did he get in? No, they're going to say Cleveringa's knee went down at the 4-yard line. That was an innocent little screen here on the near side, and the Dragons could not pull down Cleveringa.
They list him as a tight end, and that's where he set up. But this young man had a lot of determination, breaking through 2-3 different would-be tacklers for the Dragons. There again.
Looked like Vita went for the ball. This is St. Florent in the backfield. First and goal from the 4. This is Rudy St. Florent. He gets nailed at the 5. He's gonna tumble down to the 4, and that was Shad Vita making the tackle.
Carson Zarek with the first initial hit on St. Florent, knocking him sideways, and then Vita is able to finish him off. This Augustana offensive scheme is giving the Dragons the fits today.
St. Florent, flags are down. St. Florent backpedaling, and he'll finally go down, as we'll see with this latest flag. It's an illegal shift against Augustana.
Their own worst enemy. Everything else has been working for the Vikings. Penalties are the only thing that have set them back.
Reset. 5-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
So instead of a 3rd and goal from the 2 or 3, the Dragons are going to accept the penalty and push Augustana back to about the 10-yard line. So this will be 2nd and goal. Sadler out of the gun, St. Florent in the backfield. This will be a free play for Sadler. Into the end zone, incomplete. He was looking for Nickel Myers. That's 16 yards coming into today, and the Dragons are offside, so that's why Sadler threw it up for grabs.
Oh, for sure, and he was going to throw it to the end zone on that. Give his receiver Myers, 6'4", 200-pounder junior out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Give him an opportunity to catch that ball on a free play there as the Dragons had jumped off sides.
Number 45, Anthony Carmazin, comes into the ball game. He was in just a moment ago. There goes Myers in motion. This is 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line for Augustana. They're up by 25 and now looking to pour it on. Sadler, end zone, tipped, incomplete. DeAndre Taylor had a chance at the football, but he did a great job of breaking that up as Nickel Myers was in the neighborhood.
Fantastic man-to-man coverage by the Dragons. DeAndre Taylor, number 1 there, was able to get his hand in there and break that thing up.
This is 3rd and goal, maybe a must stop for the Dragons. They already trail it by 25. And now another penalty. This will be the 3rd penalty after this was a 1st and goal from the 4. Boy, oh boy.
Yeah. I think I said it earlier. The only thing that they've, only setbacks that the Vikings have had have been penalties that they've caused on their own. Everything else has been very, very positive for them.
Third and goal once again for Augustana from the 10-yard line. Sadler back into the end zone. He's got St. Florent. Touchdown. Rudy St. Florent, for the first time this season, is in the end zone, rush or pass. That score is correct. It's 34-3.
Nicely designed play. And that route by St. Florent coming out of the backfield, the wheel route is commonly called man-to-man coverage out there, and he's able to come up with the catch.
Here is Garita. Staying perfect today, staying perfect this season, and we will stay in Moorhead.
Libby here with another lesson.
Okay, gotta make a list. Pay cable bill, research car insurance rates, get groceries. And my student loan payment is due next week.
You look stressed. If you're worried about money, try riding Mass Bus.
There is a bus stop pretty close to my job. I could give it a try.
Awesome. More conditioner?
Thanks a lot.
He learned his lesson. Join us and take the challenge to ride green.
Don, what do you have?
Augustana with that 9-yard touchdown catch by Sin Florent from Sadler. 4 plays, 57 yards in a minute 34. And that puts them in the lead by 32 points.
One question. What happened? Where did this game get away from the Dragons?
But missed tackles, and the first 3 times they were on offense, they didn't get any first downs.
Garita's kick. This time it's going to be fair caught, and the Dragons will start from the 35-yard line. This Augustana offense, 313 yards. They were averaging coming into today. We are not even close to midway through the second quarter. They have 334 yards to the Dragons' 96. The Dragons had that drive where they got inside the 5-yard line, but then Jokum went backwards and they settled for the Diaz field goal. Now you're down 35-3. Anything positive would be good.
Well, and again, just like last series, the Dragons need to put together positive yardage plays. Running, passing, doesn't matter what it is. You got to get the ball upfield, positive yardage, build on some confidence, and try to bring home the second quarter.
And I think that's what Steve Lockway senses. There is no confidence on the field, and that's why he just took a timeout.
Affinity Plus definitely seems like a credit union that cares about people. I've always had a good time whenever I go into my branch. I feel like I laugh every time. Like if they came into a bar, right, then they would be like the friend that you want to introduce to everybody. I talk about this credit union all the time because I think it's just like a gift to the world, because with my experience in the past, this has been just indescribable.
Join the Dragonfire Booster Club and receive half off all season tickets and access to exclusive Dragon events. Visit GoDragonfire.com. No end zone extravaganza today. If there was one, they would have seen Vikings in there early and often. This is Marquardt. Gets up to about the 30-yard line. Trent Marquardt is 25th. Oh, I'm sorry, that was sweep. Once again, you want to be a broadcaster. Early identification of red on gray.
No,
it's a little
holy
tough.
Cow.
So sweep with his 12th catch this season. It's 2nd and 5. 5-9, I flipped the coin, and I called tails on a 2-headed coin. This is Jokum. You can't mistake Ty Jokum as he gets a first down. That should have been just a 3-yard pickup. That guy's got a lot of heart.
Right, and a lot of drive behind that body as he carries 2-3 would-be tacklers across the first down yardage marker. So nice job by the Dragon offensive line and the running back, Ty Jokum. Again, I keep saying this, but the Dragons have to build on the little positives. And if that means a first down, if that means 4 yards in a cloud of dust, build on those.
Plasterer. Downfield, and it's caught. That's Jake Richter, and that's what we were used to last year when he scored 10 touchdowns. Just like on the play in the first quarter, Ryan West, this time for Augustana, didn't turn his head around. Jake Richter did. He also knew the ball was coming his way.
Oh, for sure.
From the 38-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Dragons. 7:40 remaining, second quarter. It's 35-3, Augustana. Plasterer. That ball's tipped and still caught for a short gain.
Trent Marquardt on the catch. On a tip ball, too. That ball got tipped at the line of scrimmage by number 42 of the Vikings, playing his defensive nose guard position, Alec Blomquist, 6'3", 270, out of South Jordan, Utah.
Second and 8 for the Dragons. They split 3 to the near side. This is Ty Jokum. Some running room until he gets blasted by Michael Kloza This is a running game that we have not seen at all this season. It's what helped them get to the Mineral Water Bowl last year.
Oh, for sure. That's when they established the run game, and they had it by committee last year. It was 1, 2, 3, 3 punches here and there. Used 3, 4 different people on any given day. And today, Ty Jochum is carrying the mail for the Dragons on the positive yardage side.
Plaster throws, incomplete. Good break up that time by Kyle Tice, senior linebacker out of Germantown, Wisconsin. One thing you haven't seen Plaster so far is he hasn't been sacked so far today.
And that's a pleasant surprise after last week's debacle that happened down at Concordia St. Paul, where they gave up 14 sacks, which was a NCAA Division II tied record. A ridiculous day. I mean, if you think about that, and they still had their opportunities to win that game.
This is 4th and 5 for the Dragons from the Augustana 33-yard line. They bring pressure, and that ball was bobbled and then caught by Richter. That's going to be a first down. He was heading to the ground, and I'm not convinced he was going to catch that ball. 1, 2, I'm going to catch this.
Yeah, there are 3 bobbles, and was able to, at the last second, tip it with his left hand back into his body and was able to secure it as he hit the ground. Nice job by Jake Richter.
Nice job by our camera crew. This is Denver Colgrove. Loose. Colgrove loses balance, but he'll still pick up 11 yards, 10 yards to the 11-yard line. That is close. That's going to be another first down.
Finishing forward, that's a Denver Colgrove signature, the battering ram. He always finishes forward, finishing his runs, falling forward either way. If he's getting hit, tackled, doesn't matter. He's going to fall forward and get that extra yard.
All of our replays presented by Midco. This is a 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. Plasterer throwing behind Hinkle. And this will be 2nd down.
Connor Henke. It's hard to see that number. He wears number 86, 5'9", 172-pound redshirt freshman out of Dickinson High School.
He has not caught a ball this season. Ryan Bieberdorf out. He got hit either a forearm or a helmet to helmet, and he might have been knocked out as he was going to the ground last week in the snow down in St. Paul. This is 2nd and 10 from the 11. Plaster with time. Into the end zone. Incomplete. That is great coverage. In the end zone by Cody Kajawa, senior linebacker out of Waukesha, Wisconsin.
5'11", 200-pound senior from Waukesha, as you said, was right in the hip pocket, and he was able to get his hand out there and slap that thing away.
Colgrove in the backfield next to Plasterer. It's 3rd and 10. Into the end zone. Intercepted. Coming out is Kenneth Griffin. Griffin is still on his feet. He'll spin down to the 20-yard line. You mentioned at the top, this is what Augustana does. They take the ball away from their opponents.
Yes, already coming into this game, they had 9 interceptions on the year. They also had 10 takeaways by fumble recoveries, so 19, and they were +9, which ranks them right up there in the conference.
Second only to undefeated Minnesota State Mankato.
Yeah, second only to Minnesota State, and ranked in the top 25 nationally in takeaways.
Either that was a bad pass by Plasterer, or one that shouldn't have been thrown, or he just underthrew his intended receiver. So here comes Sadler and this Augustana offense, which has not been stopped today. Welsheimer gets 10 yards to the 30-yard line, and that's a first down as we're about to hit the 5-minute mark of this nightmare of a first half for the Dragons.
And we're watching on offense the Vikings. They are stop and go, making cuts because of the defensive open field tackling being so poor for the Dragons right now. That was a stop and go. That defensive back should have made that tackle right after he caught the ball. Instead, he was able to plant his foot and cut back on him.
Sadler with a lot of time. Incomplete on the near side. He was looking for Shepley, who scored the 3rd touchdown this afternoon.
Good coverage, tight coverage. Flushed him out of the pocket just a little bit. Not a lot of pressure on him, but in the middle, he couldn't stay there in the pocket, so he exited to his right, looked downfield, tried to catch Shepley behind the linebackers in front of that safety.
How about Amana Simone, number 21, in for the Dragons. This is Devin Jones. He already has a pair of touchdowns today. He gets nothing. Stuffed at the 30-yard line, and this is going to be a rare 3rd down for Augustana. Porzinski and Hunter Sal were in on that last tackle. This is 3rd and 10, Don. An opportunity for this Dragon defense to get off the field.
Christian Leist also in there, redshirt freshman out of Greenville, Wisconsin. Number 54 in there on that tackle for the Dragons.
3 wide on the near side for Augustana. The Dragons bring 4. Sadler goes down. This will be the first sack of the afternoon for the Dragons. It'll be the 11th this season. I don't know who got him first. I just see Darius Wood Steichen holding his wrist, and he's usually in the middle of things.
And he was right there on that side. He and Jordan Magnuson pinched him pretty good. They were able to drag him down to the ground. So great job by the Dragon defense to force the Vikings into this punt.
Thought I saw maybe Hunter Sal got him first. Either way, the Dragons are going to get off the field. This ball might have been partially blocked. The Dragons got 2 blocks last week.
And had one blocked.
No.
Or close.
Oxendorf dropped 2 balls.
It. Yeah, that's right.
Which is worse than a block.
Yeah.
Either way, the Dragons are going to get the football back at the 49-yard line. Their special teams in this department have been pretty good this season, especially of late. 3 blocked punts so far. If that one was blocked, that's number 4.
Great field position here for the Dragons. Starting at their own 49-yard line.
Plasterer throws. It's intercepted. It's Kenneth Griffin. He's going to showboat into the end zone. His 2nd consecutive interception. It's 41-3.
Pick 6 on that. He read that play from the start, folks. His eyes were fixed on the quarterback as he dropped back into coverage, and that out pattern wasn't far enough to the sideline as Plasterer releases the ball. It was already in Kenneth Griffin's hands because he knew that play and he read it perfectly.
Garita. 2:51 by first half. 42-3 Augustana.
In fact, that might have been a little bit of a bait.
Liddy here with another lesson.
Okay, gotta make a list. Pay cable bill, research car insurance rates, get groceries. And my student loan payment is due next week.
You look stressed. If you're worried about money, try riding Mass Bus.
There is a bus stop pretty close to my job. I could give it a try.
Awesome. More conditioner?
Thanks a lot.
He learned his lesson. Join us and take the challenge to ride green.
A 54-yard pick 6 by Kenneth Griffin. His 3rd and 4th interceptions this season. They've got 11 interceptions. They've got 10 fumble recoveries. And Steve Lockway's talking to somebody, and I'm not convinced he's a happy man right now. Usually is. Great family guy. He's got, 7 kids? Lost count. One of the really, really good guys. Right
I don't
now,
think he loses count.
right now. Oh, he told me one time in joking, he said, we got a big old van.
Yeah,
sometimes I'll look in the back. I don't even know if those kids are mine or not. Because it's kids' friends, and they just pile all in. He'll take them wherever they need to go.
Right.
So the Dragons will start from their own 25-yard line. If somebody asked me, Steve, do you see Augustana winning this football game? Sure. Do I see the Dragons winning this football game?
Yes.
Sure.
Yep.
Absolutely. Did I see 42-3?
No.
No, not in a million years.
And it's not even halftime. No, I didn't see that coming either.
Jokum and Gray are both in the ball game for the Dragons. Herman will be split out in a slot. Plasterer gives it to Ty Jokum. Good cut back to the left side. He's going to pick up 7 or 8 yards.
Great draw play, designed up just perfectly. They've been trying to pass that ball again. The running game has been the positive that the offense for the Dragons has had today. They've been able to make good, timely blocks up front. The offensive line has gained some confidence there, and Ty Jokum has been outstanding today.
Jokum avoids a tackle for loss. Logan Swanson was in the backfield before Jokum even got the ball.
Logan Swanson is one of the leaders in the conference in tackles for loss.
Yeah.
And he was Defensive Player of the Week last week for the NSIC from his defensive tackle position. He's a player. He gets off the ball. He's low to the ground. He's 6'3", 300 from Plano, Texas, and he's a freshman. Nope, check that back. He's from Mankato. My bad. 6'3", 300 out of Mankato.
This is 3rd and 5, and again, Steve Lockway is going to exercise a timeout. We'll take a break. Minute 33 remaining, first half.
This is more than a bundle. It's more than a combo deal. It's not just stuff. This is your home, your car. And you want to give them the protection they deserve. With home and auto insurance. State Farm agents get it. It's why they're here.
In Moorhead, talk to State Farm agent Dave Eggers.
Don, I don't remember something like this. Do you? I know Sioux Falls got 71 against the Dragons a couple of years ago. This might have been Scotty's last year. Might have been our first year on television. I don't know what they got in the first half. I remember in 2008 or 9, I was in Duluth, and they lost 76-7. I haven't seen 42 in a first half this season. Augustana has done everything right so far today. Plasterer throwing. There's the complete and a first down. Up
Zach
to the
Sweep.
41-yard line.
Excuse me on that. Zach Sweep on the catch there. The sunlight hit it just perfect. I was able to see that was a 5. Little hurry up. Muddle huddle, or whatever they call it.
A whistle and a timeout taken by Augustana. Again, let's pay a bill. 1:11 remaining first half.
Update or download to the all-new MSUM Dragons app on iTunes and Google Play. The new app features customized following of only your favorite Dragons teams, incredible in-app live stats and media coverage, and our fired-up rewards program all in one easy-to-use app. Update your Dragons app, search MSUM in your app store, or visit msumdragons.com/app to download the new MSUM Dragons app today.
Beautiful floor inside Alex Nemzik Hall. This is our second of 3 doubleheaders this season. After football, Becky Berth and I will broadcast the Dragons volleyball match against number 20, Winona State. That match is set to start At 4 o'clock this afternoon in Alex Nemzik Hall, the Dragons last night faced a number 19 team in Upper Iowa, took set number 2. It was 1-1, a spirited set number 3, and eventually Upper Iowa would get the victory. This is 1st and 10 for the Dragons from their own 41-yard line. They bring pressure. Plaster, that was nearly intercepted by Grayson Diepenbrock.
When it rains, it pours, and it's a sunny day today. But the Dragons...
I don't think he ever saw Diepenbrock.
Oh, he had no idea that he was there. In fact, he was being blocked, but he fought through that block to almost pick that ball off.
If Diepenbach wasn't being blocked, not trying to make a rhyme, just saying if he, that would have been 6.
Oh,
without doubt.
Yes, no doubt about that. No doubt about that.
And now an illegal procedure on the Dragons. The penalties piling up. That's their 5th so far this afternoon. There's 1:07 remaining in this first half. It is 42-3. Augustana again. Augustana comes home or goes home to Sioux Falls for 3 of their final games of the season against Minot, who's struggling, Southwest Concordia. This is Denver Colgrove. They are at Winona State in 3 weeks. Perhaps a mineral water bowl is in their future. Because you look at the national rankings, Minnesota State Mankato, even though they're undefeated, what are they, 4 in the country?
They are 3rd.
3rd. Minnesota Duluth lost.
And they're 23rd in the rankings.
So they might have to run the table to get in. That might not be enough. This is 3rd and 6. 30 seconds remaining. Plasterer lofts it up, and nobody in the neighborhood. There is a flag down. Hinkie was the intended receiver. Perhaps he got held.
That's my thought, is that where that flag was thrown and by who that flag was thrown, most likely is a defensive holding on one of the defensive backs downfield. Just an educated guess.
That's Eli Weber, your Dawson Boyd, Minnesota product. This will be an automatic first down. Remember, Steve Lockway took those 2 offensive timeouts earlier this quarter, so the ball's at the Augustana 45-yard line, but now there's only 25.9 seconds remaining in the first half. Plasterer back. He'll dump the ball off to Denver Colgrove, and he'll go down. And now Steve Lockway will take his final timeout. 18 seconds left in the first half. The Dragons looking for something.
It's a new stay at the Courtyard by Marriott, located just minutes from downtown Fargo, local colleges, shopping centers, and several restaurants. The Courtyard features a 24-hour fitness center, 24-hour on-site Starbucks, and our bistro restaurant and lounge open for breakfast and dinner daily. Relax in one of our 2 indoor swimming pools and hot tub. The comfort your family needs close to all the action at the Courtyard by Marriott. Visit our website or call 218-284-1000. That's 218-284-1000.
Stay tuned at halftime. We'll have a brand new MSU Moorhead halftime news break. Then on the other side, perhaps Don will come back and join me for some halftime activities. We'll take a look at some highlights. Probably more tilted towards Augustana, just a guess. That's my educated guess.
That's an educated guess.
They're up 39, so I don't know what Alex and the crew has concocted as far as halftime highlights. Stats, we'll take a look around the NSIC scoreboard. Week 7 of the NSIC. This is 1st and 10 from the Dragons from the Augustana 45-yard line. Plaster again dumps it off to Colgrove. He's got to get out of bounds, and he does, with 12 and a half seconds left in the first half.
And that's what he was trying to do on the last play, and they had to take the timeout. Denver Colgrove was doing the right thing, finding his way to the sideline, just got tripped up and wasn't able to get there. This time he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock. potentially two more pass plays could be in the books here for the Dragons if they manage their time.
Augustana brings 4. Plastro throwing downfield. This is intercepted. That ball might have been tipped as Plastro threw it up. Jake Polson has it. Down the far sideline. He'll go out of bounds. It's going to be the end of the first half. There is a flag down, so hold the phone. We might not be done just yet. It's on the Dragons. Augustana will decline this penalty. Augustana got 3 late Dragon turnovers, and they didn't even need them. They'll take a 42-3 lead into the halftime locker room. You're watching live coverage of MSU Moorhead Dragons football, presented by Dragons Live on WDAY Extra.
Jacks just rushed 4, and they're going to get home.
Going for Wanzik in the end zone. What a catch!
To the air on 3rd and goal. Tight end Brett Sampson.
And they're going to look for Enoch. Enoch, touchdown. 2-point conversion is good, and Brandon Valley takes the 1-point lead to win the game.
And Pierre Strong is going to carry it all the way in for a Jackrabbit touchdown.
Heading to Fargo Moorhead to get away and have a little fun? Book your room at the highly rated Microtel Inn and Suites. It's conveniently located just off 8th Street and I-94. Clean rooms and all the amenities you need to relax and recharge after a fun day out. Plus, when you wake up, you can enjoy a free hot breakfast. What are you waiting for? Book your room today at the Microtel Inn and Suites in Moorhead. Call 218-284-4022 or visit microtelmoorhead.com.
It's a new stay at the Courtyard by Marriott, located just minutes from downtown Fargo, local colleges, shopping centers, and several restaurants. The Courtyard features a 24-hour fitness center, 24-hour on-site Starbucks, and our bistro restaurant and lounge open for breakfast and dinner daily. Relax in one of our 2 indoor swimming pools and hot tub. The comfort your family needs close to all the action at the Courtyard by Marriott. Visit our website or call 218-284-1000. That's 218-284-1000.
Update or download to the all-new MSUM Dragons app on iTunes and Google Play. The new app features customized following of only your favorite Dragons teams, incredible in-app live stats and media coverage, and our fired-up rewards program all in one easy-to-use app. Update your Dragons app, search MSUM in your app store, or visit msumdragons.com/app to download the new MSUM Dragons app today.
Another day. And just like every day, it never seems to slow down. But you have a plan. Grab a cup, grab the paper, and grab a little time. Just for you. It's worth it. Don't get the paper? Just grab the phone. Call now and save up to 60% off the newsstand price. Journalists, bringing the story home every day.
Dragon Swim School is proud to offer year-round swimming and diving lessons with the lowest student-to-instructor ratio around. Lessons are available for all levels, including parent-child sessions and preschool. Help your child learn to love the water in a safe and caring environment with us at Dragon Swim School. Visit msumdragons.com/swim for more information. That's msumdragons.com/swim.
Today's Dragons Live coverage is brought to you by BSN, Courtyard by Marriott, Herbert & Gerbert's, Richards Transportation, Shucks Bus Service, Buffalo Wild Wings, Forum Communications. The Go team, we like to call ourselves the champions of Dragon Pride. And what that means is that we want to be champions of the brand of MSUM Dragons. The clothes we wear and the comments that we make and just being positive and excited about being Dragons. And the other side of that is being good at what we do. We have a lot of opportunities to win awards, and we've won 13 national awards in the last 5 years. And so we want to be the best representations of our brand and champions in everything that we do, and helping our other Dragon teams become champions in what they're trying to do. It's an internship that's going to be different from anything else I think you're going to find, because we really strategically try to find the strengths of the individual and craft the role around those. So it's not just a cookie cutter, you're going to be doing this, you're going to be doing that. You really get to make the experience whatever you want it to be. And we're firm believers, and you get what you put into anything. And so the harder you work, the better the experience is going to be. And if it's surrounded around your strengths, you're actually going to enjoy it too.
I'm Erin Lemaire. I am a production assistant and assistant student director at the Go team. I joined the Go team because it was a good chance to get experience in filmmaking in a more live production setting. I like a lot of different aspects of being on the Go team. I like running the cameras and doing all sorts of the stuff with like the broadcasting, but I also like switching, pushing the buttons and doing replay, so all sorts of things.
My name's Laurel Hoseth. I take pictures for the Go team during athletic events. I've always kind of liked sports, and I love photography, so I thought this would be a good fit since I know how sports work, and I kind of am learning about my camera, and so I decided to get more experience. I feel really proud that your work is being used and it's actually appreciated.
I am Brent Keel. I am the audio video editor and production assistant with the Go team. I joined the Go team to put something on my resume that was beyond just I showed up to a class, and something to show employers that I have some real world experience.
My name is Macy Miller. For the Go team, I'm a promotions coordinator. So I get to handle all of the in-game promotions. Pretty much they give me a mic and I get to make everybody excited to be here. So that includes like running games, throwing out t-shirts. I get to smile a lot, so I really like that.
If somebody was thinking about joining the Go team, I would tell them to definitely just try it out. At least for a game or two, just to see if they like it.
These people that you'll be working with have a lot of pull in your career, and they also give you a lot of experience that you'll need in order to start a career.
There's a lot of real experience you can get that doesn't just apply to just sports.
Producing it, in all honesty, is a really cool opportunity that we allow our students to have. And just getting involved on campus is a great way to meet people, network, and just have a good time.
It's really easy to join the Go team. All you have to do is go to msumdragons.com/Go team and fill out the application. It's just your name, phone number, email, and just send us your resume. We'll bring you in for an interview, get to know you a little bit, and see if you're the right fit culturally for what we're trying to do here. But go to msumdragons.com/Go team to apply today. Today's Dragons Live coverage is brought to you by Matt Buss, Midco, Papa John's, State Farm Agent David Eggers, Sanford Health, Microtel, Travelodge, Affinity Plus Federal Credit Union, Gate City Bank, and Minnesota State University Moorhead.
Another day. And just like every day, it never seems to slow down. But you have a plan. Grab a cup, grab the paper, and grab a little time. Just for you. It's worth it. Don't get the paper? Just grab the phone. Call now and save up to 60% off the newsstand price. Journalists, bringing the story home every day.
Get fired up for the new Shop MSUMDragons.com, the official online store of Dragon Athletics, featuring top brands like Under Armour, Adidas, Columbia, and more. Get gear in women's, youth, toddler, and infant sizes, perfect for all of our Dragon fans. Support your favorite Dragon team with Select a Logo. Anything custom ships in 72 hours. And take your tailgating to the next level with items like bleacher chairs, tailgate tents, and lawn chairs. Get the gear and support your team with profits going directly to Dragon Athletics from Shop MSUMDragons.com.
Heading to Fargo-Moorhead to get away and have a little fun? Book your room at the highly rated Microtel Inn and Suites. It's conveniently located just off 8th Street and I-94. Clean rooms and all the amenities you need to relax and recharge after a fun day out. Plus, when you wake up, you can enjoy a free hot breakfast. What are you waiting for? Book your room today at the Microtel Inn and Suites in Moorhead. Call 218-284-4022 or visit microtelmoorhead.com.
Just looking back on myself freshman year to who I am currently, it's a complete transformation.
You walk around campus all the time, you see friendly faces, you see smiling faces, and people really, really love being here.
For me personally, I was able to get the experience and the knowledge that I needed to be successful.
I've had a pretty long journey to get here. Went to community college, changed majors, and MSUM has transformed my life just incredibly.
It's a new stay at the Courtyard by Marriott, located just minutes from downtown Fargo, local colleges, shopping centers, and several restaurants. The Courtyard features a 24-hour fitness center, 24-hour on-site Starbucks, and our bistro restaurant and lounge open for breakfast and dinner daily. Relax in one of our 2 indoor swimming pools and hot tub. The comfort your family needs close to all the action at the Courtyard by Marriott. Visit our website or call 218-284-1000. That's 218-284-1000.
Update or download to the all-new MSUM Dragons app on iTunes and Google Play. The new app features customized following of only your favorite Dragons teams, incredible in-app live stats and media coverage, and our fired-up rewards program all in one easy-to-use app. Update your Dragons app, search MSUM in your app store, or visit msumdragons.com/app to download the new MSUM Dragons app today.
Welcome back to Shields Field at Alex Nemzik Stadium. Stage to Stage Show, Don Groth. It's 42-3 Augustana with the lead here in the first half. Let's take a look at a couple highlights in the first half, and I'm guessing these might be Augie highlights. This is Devin Jones scoring the first touchdown of the ball game. That came at the 11-13 mark. It made the score 7-0 Augustana. Jones would score again, and then quarterback Kyle Sadler hit Brett Shepley from 10 yards out. It was 21-0 after the first quarter. That wasn't enough. The Dragons did get a Hoba Diaz field goal, and then Jared Epperson ran 75 yards to pay dirt. It was 28-3. The Dragons trying to drive, trying to move, and Jake Richter's going to bring in this ball. The Dragons would not score on that drive. They would turn the ball over, and then this. Jake Richter threw it right to Kenneth Griffin. He would take it to the house, showing off, carrying it like a loaf of bread. They would get another interception to end the half. It is 42-3, Don, as we take a look at the first half stats. I guess one of the positives you can bring out in this first half is maybe the Dragons found themselves a number one running back.
Well, I think they did, and in no doubt, Ty Jokum, he is
17 carries, 89 yards.
Oh, exactly, 89 net yards, and on his long carry of 24 yards, averaging 5.2, and I think he gets better the more carries he gets. And he'd been averaging maybe 3 to 5 a game, picking up 20 yards here, 20 yards there, 25 here, 25 there. Not a whole lot of anything. Coming into today, he had 50 attempts for 175 yards, 159 yards net. So he's putting up some good numbers. He's been their positive, and the offensive line seems to really believe when he gets the ball that he's going to find the openings that they're providing, and they've given him enough seam.
42-3 is our score. We'll be back with more right after this. You're watching live coverage of Dragons football, WDAY Extra.
Exceeding expectations. Getting better every day. It doesn't happen by chance. Preparation pays off. So the only question to ask yourself is, am I better today than I was yesterday? Exceed yesterday. Choose Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine.
Prosperity is today's investment in tomorrow's promise. The promise of a better way of life. With every act of kindness, every act of creation, and with every act of love, we strengthen our community. And when we stand together as a community, we accomplish the impossible. We can choose to pass through life, or we can choose to pass on a better way of life.
Dragon Swim School is proud to offer year-round swimming and diving lessons with the lowest student-to-instructor ratio around. Lessons are available for all levels, including parent-child sessions and preschool. Help your child learn to love the water in a safe and caring environment with us at Dragon Swim School. Visit msumdragons.com/swim for more information. That's msumdragons.com/swim.
Before I became a real boy, life was easy. I didn't have to do anything. I just sat there doing sandwich stuff. But man, being alive is so hard. So if you don't want to get up out of bed to get a sandwich, you shouldn't have to. The sheer effort it takes just for basic life functions like breathing has earned you the right to have someone bring that sandwich to you. Your struggle is not lost on us. Have a sandwich, you hero.
First thing I do every morning when I get up is look out the window and see what the sky is doing. The neighbors kind of all know I'm into this, so I'll get calls or texts saying, oh, there's 2 eagles in the trees over here. I have a lot of relatives who live in other parts of the state, and they see them on TV, and it always kind of makes them feel like they're connected. Keep an eye on the sky and be ready. You never know what might show up.
Just looking back on myself freshman year to who I am currently, it's a complete transformation.
You walk around campus all the time, you see friendly faces, you see smiling faces, and people really, really love being here.
For me personally, I was able to get the experience and the knowledge that I needed to be successful.
I've had a pretty long journey to get here. Went to community college, changed majors, and MSUM has transformed my life just incredibly.
It takes a team to bring the story home every day. It takes a leader to build a legacy of trust.
As the only locally owned news station in the region, we're there for you at every turn.
We're your neighbors, telling the stories that matter because your community is our community.
So when you need to reconnect, remember that we're working every day, just like you.
Trying to make a better tomorrow.
WDAY News, the only locally owned news station in the region.
And the Dragons and Winona State have taken the floor. The Dragons and number 20, Winona State, right here on WDAY Extra at 4 o'clock at the conclusion of this football game. They will start at 4 o'clock no matter where we are in the football game. Let's take a look at some out-of-town scores. Good ball game in Bemidji by the Big Lake. Winona State 10, Bemidji State 7. Northern State leading down in the Heartland, 17-3. That's a score in the lower right-hand corner that does not surprise a lot of people. Minnesota State Mankato, 50-7 over Mary. St. Cloud State in a battle over Southwest, 21-20. Halftime, look at that. Upset alert down in Sioux Falls where the University of leads Minnesota Duluth 7-3. Minnesota Crookston and Upper Iowa, 2 winless teams. Something's got to give, and Concordia St. Paul is up in Minot as they will kick off in about 15 or 20 minutes. I look around the scoreboard. Was presented by the Shuck Bus Company. Next week I'll do an audio-only webcast from Marshall, Minnesota. The 2-yard line down at the Big Ice Cream Dipper. And then in 2 weeks I'll be in Minot at Herb Parker Stadium for an audio-only webcast. And then Don, you and I get to do the old Battle Axe Trophy 3 weeks from today against Bemidji State.
And that'll be a battle for the Battle Axe. No doubt about that.
And then the Dragons will finish the season on the road at St. Cloud State. Upcoming schedule presented by Richards Transportation. So that's a look at what we have coming up at 4 o'clock today, and that's a look at what's coming up the rest of the season for football. He's Don. I'm Steve, and I'm shocked at what's going on.
No doubt. Yeah, I was asked the last couple of days before this game, Steve, what I thought of this game, and it was a toss-up. As long as there weren't going to be a whole lot of mistakes by the Dragons, I thought this game was going to be a lot closer than this.
If you look at the statistics, it says 3-0, but those three, other than the pick six, those three really don't have an impact on this game. This has been the Augustana offense, and they've only given up 3 points.
Well, and they've only run 24 offensive plays. They have 5 offensive touchdowns. That's amazing. 5. That's over 20% of their plays have gone for a touchdown.
So it's 42-3, and look, let's not kid ourselves. Augustana probably has a pretty good chance to win this football game. What do you think the message in the locker room was between Steve Lockway, his coaches, and his players?
Well, number one is you have to go out and compete. They didn't compete in the first half. They ran some great plays on offense. Defensively, they did not compete. They have to bring the hammer. They've got to make tackles. And like I said later in the first half, their open field tackling is atrocious right now. They aren't going up and setting and breaking down and making tackles. They have to tackle to do anything against this offense that the Vikings are bringing.
5 years and 2 or 3 weeks ago, the Dragons gave up 42 in the first half at Minnesota Duluth. Lost that game 63-28. Plezai kicks it off, and on the run, Jones, he said, I already have a couple touchdowns. We'll just bring this back to the 31.
Right, and he got it at about this 14. Had a nice return on that ball as he had a full head of steam when he caught it, Steve. Was not afraid to take any hits on that.
Look, I don't want to sound like 7th grade AV, all right? There are no more of it. If the Dragons competed and outscored Augustana, maybe by a touchdown or two, can it at least be a positive going forward?
Well, you have to start this second half like it's 0-0 because uphill battle of 35 points, or actually, 39 points. You're not going to make up that difference. You don't have enough possessions in this second half to make up that difference. It's 0-0. Let's play the second half. Let's play it even, or let's beat them in the second half. They have to be looking now at anything positive that they can come with defensively and offensively here in the second half that can propel them into next week.
St. Florent got a yard. It's 2nd and 9. And now whistles, and Augustana never looked like they were in sync.
The hardest thing, Steve, is to come out for the second half when you're sitting in a deficit like this, you know? And that's where the motivation comes, and the coaching staff and the position coaches have to look at their players and say, you have to compete every play. I don't care what the score is now. We have to compete every single play. Do your best, do your job, and be an 11-man team out there.
2nd and 14. St. Florent hitting the backfield. Jason Magnuson got him.
And there you go. There's the defense. The defense playing with confidence. Getting off the ball quick. Darius Wood-Steichen, Magnuson, Hunter Saul, the defensive line really taking control, where in the first half, they were getting their butts handed to them.
This will be a 3rd and about 17. Augustana in the first half converted 1 of 3, something the Dragons have been really good at these last couple of weeks, is stopping them on 3rd down. They get a sack here. Darius Wood-Steichen, every time there's a big play in the offensive backfield, it seems like Wood-Steichen has been there.
He's a part of it. He and Wood-Steichen, and along with Hunter Saul, collapsed that pocket. And I'll tell you what, Porzinski involved in that also, as they collapsed that pocket around the quarterback Sadler, and we're able to bring him down for a tackle for loss and a sack.
This guy's not been busy today. This is Drew Juergens. This is a high kick of the 34, 35-yard variety that Zach Sweetfair catches. The Dragons defense gets a 3 and out, and they got themselves some good field position, trailing 42-3.
Yeah, at their own 47 here. Now, as they finish the second quarter, they were running the ball. They were blocking very well up front. Let's see if they can continue that. The Dragons need to continue that for themselves and for their confidence.
And the Dragons have a new quarterback. Max Carter's going to get a chance, the true freshman from Rosemount, Minnesota. He'll give it to Jokum. What do you think about this move?
I don't think there's any problem with it at all. You got to find out what you have. If Plaster were to go down, this is who would be playing in place of him.
Plaster went 11 of 21 in the first half for 76 yards, no touchdowns, 3 interceptions, one of them at the end of the half. You really don't put on Plaster. This is Jokum, and he'll get stopped right at midfield. And boy, 89, Jake Dent has been involved in a lot of plays defensively for Augustana. This will be a 3rd and 7 from just to the other side of the midfield stripe.
He and Logan Swanson, again, bringing up Swanson's name. He is just a load in the middle there for the Vikings defense.
Jacob Sinani went down a month ago at Northern. Plaster came in, won the game out of the bullpen. Here comes pressure on Carter, and he nearly threw an interception. Was that ball caught by Richter? It was not. Griffin almost had his 3rd. So the Dragons will kick this thing away.
He jumped that route too as he was just eyeing the quarterback.
Oh, Griffin had it.
Max Carter was staring down his receiver, and Griffin was licking his chops.
Short kick by Oxendorf. I think he wanted a little bit more than 30 yards, so the Dragon offense goes 3 and out. 42-3, Augustana leads it, 11:26 remaining, 3rd quarter. Now the Vikings will get the football back. This Augustana squad came into today tied for 2nd place with Concordia St. Paul, Winona State, and the University of Sioux Falls at 4-2. 2 games behind Minnesota State Mankato, who's not going to lose today, leading 43 at the half. And now a whistle.
False start. Offense number 75.
That was the center.
Yeah, you usually don't see that.
Not typically.
No, it's the 8th penalty against Augustana.
Typically, the
everybody else jumps.
Yeah, the line judges usually give the center a little bit of leeway on moving the ball around.
St. Florent loose. He'll get chopped down by Taylor. A couple yards shy of the 1st down. Rudy St. Florent really was not a factor in the first half. Epperson had 2 carries for 83 yards, one of which was 75. St. Florent had 7 carries for 42 yards. He got 12 there on 1st down. He'll get another try, and he'll come up a couple yards, maybe a yard and a half shy of a 1st down. 3rd to yard and a half for Augustana.
And it wasn't insignificant. He had 7 carries for 42. He averaged 6. One of them he got 21 yards on in the first half. But if you think about it, they really didn't have to run the ball that much. Like I said, they had 24 offensive plays. 5 of those offensive plays went for touchdowns.
Well,
so
2 running plays went for touchdowns too. The Epperson 75 and the Devin Jones to start the ball game.
Exactly, 75.
So maybe that's why St. Florent hasn't run it a lot. There he goes again. And he's going to come up shy of the 1st down.
Great stand by the Dragon defense. Again, flying around on the defensive line, and they're getting in those gaps and making the offensive linemen from the Vikings have to work a little bit harder than they did in the first half.
You saw 97 Hunter Sal. That's one guy you really don't have to emphasize compete to. That guy seems to compete on every play.
He and Magnuson and Darius Wood-Steichen, those three that anchor that defensive line. And you add in Porzinski also. You have to. Those four are the stable guys up front.
Juergens gets off a high spiraling beauty. Oh, and then he's going to get a roll. How about 51 yards with no return?
No, and that was
giving the punters love.
Right? That was a beautiful kick.
There's your standings presented by Buffalo Wild Wings. The Dragons in danger of falling behind that 500 mark. You know, you talk about the beginning of the season. Is somebody going to beat Minnesota Duluth? Hey, you know what? Keep your eye on Bemidji State. And then you want to see the Dragons up in that 2-3 spot. They lose today, and they're going to lose some ground.
Yeah, you're falling backwards once you have 4 losses.
Once again, your standings presented by Buffalo Wild Wings. Carter in for the Dragons. Hits Trent Marquardt. He'll dive ahead to the 30-yard line. That's enough for a first down.
Very nice looking play. Because they've established the run with Ty Jokum, that fake works very well as a little bit of a delay, not a draw, not a straight up draw, but a little bit of a read action there. And the quarterback Carter is able to pull it out and then find his receiver Marquardt right down the seam. Nice pitch and catch and a great play designed by the Dragons.
Once again, Herman Gray in the slot on the right side. This is 1st and 10. Carter looking downfield. That ball was nearly intercepted as Carter felt the heat from behind. Grayson Diepenbrock out of Parker, Texas, as we take a look at our instant replay presented by Midco. It's surprising that Diepenbrock didn't get his hand on the ball. Carter got that ball away.
Well, that pass pattern by Herman Gray coming from the far slot across the middle, and it's a stop and go back, and the ball just was a little bit out of his reach.
Jokum running into the left side of the Augustana defensive line. He'll get 2. Swanson, Closa make the tackles respectively. This will be 3rd and about 7 for the Dragons.
A good 7 yards here. Dragons haven't seen a 3rd and 7 for a while. Let's see what they design up here, Coach Lockway, and how they're going to achieve a first down.
Ryan Harvey Turner is split wide to the near side. He hasn't caught a pass today. Carter looking his way. Instead, he throws the ball behind Trent Marquardt, who makes a sliding catch, but well short of a first down. And once again, the Dragons will have to kick this thing away. So here comes Oxendorf. That ball might have hit the ground first, Don. They're going to put the ball back at the 33-yard line. It would have been no gain. Here's Oxendorf. Gets off a wobbler. Takes a Dragon bounce, and it's going to come to rest at about the 32-yard line. A 35-yard punt. And we've seen a whole lot of nothing here so far in this third quarter. It looks like both teams are content to try to find the running game. I was going to ask you, you said it was tough for the Dragons to play in the second half. I imagine you're up 42-3 and you're going to have some hot pizza on the bus ride home if you're Augustana, but is it that easy playing up 39 when you know you're probably going to win the football game?
Well, when you do have a lead like that, it's a little more difficult too, because as a coach, you'd like to be able to take some of your starters out of the game, but when you travel, you're limited on your travel roster, right? So you still have to play a lot of your regulars and regular starters have to play a lot of this game, where normally you, in a home game like this, you could rest them.
Nickel-Myers caught it, but right in front of us, Anthony Carmazin got a block from behind. So I think he pushed down Taylor, so this will back up Augustana. They tried that same screen pass as they did for the touchdown in the second quarter.
Exactly.
Or what didn't go for the touchdown.
No, got him down
one.
to the got him down there all the way inside the 5. Yeah, and that was a really, really nicely designed play. This one was set up to do the same thing with the 2-man screen.
They go to the ground. This is Epperson. Gets hit. The Dragons look like they're going for the ball. That's Vita. He makes it up to the 30-yard line, getting some of that back. This will be a 2nd and 12.
You can go for the ball, but you got to make sure that he's wrapped up first. So the first man has to wrap up. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th guys that come onto that pile. Then you're looking to rip, but you got to make sure that you have the tackle secure before you can rip that ball loose and try to get a fumble. Sometimes the Dragons have gone the opposite direction. Try to rip the ball and not get the secure handle on the runner.
Vita, the leading tackler for the Dragons, coming into today with 42. This is 2nd and 12 for Augustana. Sadler throwing, complete, far side, and this will be a 1st down. Drew Reinschmidt made the catch, but again, there's a flag down on the field, and this might be coming back.
Definitely a pick play here, and if you watch there on the replay, the only reason that the receiver, Drew Reinschmidt, was open was because of that pick.
Yeah, I think they either got Shepherd or they got Cleveringa.
Cleveringa, yep. Coming out, he got in front of and made a block, which you can't do downfield while the ball's being thrown.
You can do it at the line of scrimmage, but
yes.
Nothing.
After 5 yards, there's no touching your receiver.
This is a big one. This is going to put the ball all the way back at the 16-yard line. This will be a 2nd and 26 for Augustana. Epperson in the backfield behind Sadler. This is Epperson. Still on his feet. Sal and Shaw are going to take him down. So he got back a bunch of it, maybe half. A little shimmy and a shake.
Oh, he's got wobbly hips. He is having defensive backs stop or stops them right in their tracks and is able to cut back and pick up extra yardage on that. He's one heck of a runner.
Pick up the latest issue of Area Woman Magazine featuring a cover story on Dragon head coach Carla Nelson. Learn how her program develops women leaders, the successes of over 20 straight winning seasons and living a life that's more than just a game. Sadler hit, and he's going to go down. So's the ball. Devin Jones has it. Darius Woods Steichen doing the damage for the Dragons.
Coming over the top with a big old hammer is Darius Woods Steichen, and the defensive line collapsed that pocket on Sadler, causing the strip sack. And the Vikings are lucky that their running back was able to scoop that ball up.
So here comes Juergens back on the field. This has been nothing but 3-and-outs and punts.
The defense has been playing inspired.
Juergens, another high spiraling 45-yard punt. This is Zach Sweet. This guy has wheels, but he gets upended on the far side. Seth Baker on special teams, just a redshirt freshman out of Apple Valley, California. And the Dragons will start where Sweep went head over heels. Stream all live and on-demand home games right from your TV at home using the Dragons app for Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Android TV. No more AirPlay, clumsy cords, or small screen. Get it all on the Dragons app. 4:42 remaining third quarter. There has been not a lot of doubt in this game as far as the outcome of who's going to win. Just to see whether the Dragons would do what you suggested. That man right there, Steve Lockway, would tell them in the locker room. Just compete in the second half. So far they have.
And the defense has come out and played inspired. Yes, they have.
This is Carter. And he's going to go down. He went the wrong way. Cody Kajawa, senior linebacker, Waukesha, Wisconsin, sniffed that out from the get-go, and he lost 8.
Another thing that the Vikings defense is very good at, and that is tackles for loss. One of the leaders in the conference in tackles for loss yardage.
So Max Carter, what are you expecting out of him?
Manage this second half the best he can. He's made a couple of completions. He's managed to hand the ball off very well to Ty Jokum. Let Jokum do the work.
Carter wants to put this one up. A flag is down. This might be coming back if Augustana chooses, as Luke Frisch out of Sioux Falls O'Gorman High School makes the tackle, and I think this is a hold against the Dragons. This has not been the prettiest of football since we started the second half.
And I'm not sure why they're putting their quarterback in harm's way with a fake to Jokum and then have him keep it, unless it's a read option, a run pass, read option of some sort. I'm not sure what that play was. It really baffles me that they're not just lining up and giving the ball to Jokum or Colgrove.
Let me ask you this, going back to your point, because you said you got to see what he's got.
Well,
so you're down 42-3. Here's Carter again. Now he's going to run. He'll pick up some, and it's going to be third and long.
But these looked a little more like design, like
I understand.
run.
I'm just saying if it's nothing, and Carter starts the game next week, he can't just give the ball to Jokum and do simplistic plays.
Right.
He's getting live action. Obviously, the red shirt's been torn off of him. So if you're really going to see what your third-string quarterback has, you kind of got to put him in harm's way if you understand what I'm saying.
Sure. But he stood in the pocket a little bit, earlier in this quarter and delivered some balls. And he has done that very well. Managed to get the handoff to the right man and get it upfield.
Jokum taken down by Swanson, and this will be fourth down. Clock is running, and it's winding down towards our coverage of Dragons volleyball right here on WDAY Extra beginning at 4 o'clock. This is Oxendorf, another missile. Kajawa.
And backspin. Wow.
That was a beauty. Woo. How about 62 yards by Oxendorf? Last week he's fumbling balls in the end zone. Today he's getting off 61-yard rockets.
There's a little bit of difference in weather.
Just a little.
Just a little. That was a, folks, if you know anything about golf, that was a pitching wedge from about 100 yards, and he laid it in there, stuck it to about 2 or 3 feet of where he wanted to put it with that backspin. Wow.
There's our Gate City Bank fan cam. Make every ATM a free ATM with a Gate City Bank checking account. You can use your ATM for free with unlimited automatic free refunds. Contact us at gatecitybank.com. Gate City Bank, for a better way of life. Member FDIC. New running back in the ball game for Augustana. That's David Otto, a freshman out of Wiley, Texas. St. Florent has had his carries today. Jared Epperson has a couple carries, one of them busting for 75 yards. And now it looks like they're going to give some carries to Otto, who has 15 carries for just under 20 yards this season. 150 remaining in a 42-3 Augustana lead. Quarterback Sadler has gone all the way for Augustana. This is Otto again. Getting a yard or two, and this will be a third down.
Good job by the Dragon defensive line again, showing their prowess up front, not giving too much room to the running backs, and the offensive line for the Vikings not able to create any seams here for the running backs. And that's been pretty much this whole quarter. Defensive line for the Dragons has played inspired ball.
3rd and 5 for Augustana. Sadler just gets it off, and he's got Carmazin, who's still on his feet. Anthony Carmazin won't go down. He will get shoved out of bounds. Sadler found his big tight end Carmazin for a big gain.
And 18 extra yards after contact by the defensive back. There's 5, there's 10, there's 15, there's 18. Right there, extra yards after the Dragon defensive back had his arms around his waist. That's been one of the nemesis to the Dragon defense today, is open field tackling.
Devin Jones back in the ball game for Augustana. He had the first 2 touchdowns this afternoon. 15 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. And they didn't get the playoff. Another flag on the field.
Prior to the snap, ball start. Offense number 76.
They did get the snap off.
5-yard penalty.
They just
First
had
down.
guys moving all over the place.
I understand you want to run the play clock down, but, well, they are going to run the play clock down. Now they have to snap the ball. 5 seconds remaining. Are they going to snap it? That answer is no. End of 3 for Moorhead. Augustana 42, Dragons 3. And we're going to stay in Moorhead.
It's a new stay at the Courtyard by Marriott, located just minutes from downtown Fargo, local colleges, shopping centers, and several restaurants. The Courtyard features a 24-hour fitness center, 24-hour on-site Starbucks, and our bistro restaurant and lounge open for breakfast and dinner daily. Relax in one of our 2 indoor swimming pools and hot tub. The comfort your family needs close to all the action at the Courtyard by Marriott. Visit our website or call 218-284-1000. That's 218-284-1000.
All right, Don, you mentioned the Dragons in the second half, down 42-3. Probably not going to win the football game. Maybe you just want to go, you start at 0-0. Well, that was the score in the third quarter, but I don't know if anybody was really impressed around here.
It's still 0-0.
Right, in the second half.
Yeah, in the second half. So it's a positive note defensively. The Dragons.
They didn't give up much.
No.
The only thing they really gave up was that big play to Carmazin just a couple of moments ago.
Exactly. Other than that, they were doing pretty darn well.
The Dragons in that second half had just, or I'm sorry, in that third quarter, had just 21 yards of offense with Max Carter calling signals. This is a second and 13. Otto again. Hit doesn't go down. Derek Porozinski right there, swatting at the 45, 44-yard line. This will be a 3rd down and 11 for Augustana. You see the scores at the bottom. Boy, I saw Minnesota Duluth and Wayne State go 5 last night. The Dragons lost in 4 to a very good Upper Iowa squad. And now they get another nationally ranked team in Winona State. We'll have it right here on WDAY Extra just under an hour from now. This is 3rd and 12 for Augustana. Sadler back to pass. Incomplete. Great coverage by James Eggert. And the Dragons gave up the big play at the end of the third quarter to Carmazin, but now it looks like they're going to get the ball back.
With some great line play and forcing Sadler to deliver the ball maybe just a little bit earlier than he wanted to. Eggert was still in the hip pocket, of the receiver and able to reach around and knock that ball to the ground. So great job by the Dragon defense again, doing just like they had in the third quarter. Started out very stout on defense.
Sweep is deep. He'll watch this one bounce. Where did it go out of bounds? Another flag goes down. I didn't see anything on the far side. Download the MSUM Dragons app on iTunes and Google Play. The new app features live stats, media coverage, and you can win amazing prizes with our rewards program. Search MSUM in your app store or visit msumdragons.app to download the new app. I was reading that, Don. What was the call?
Personal foul. Hit out of bounds on the far sideline.
Okay. I saw one of the Augustana Vikings halfway to the track.
Yeah.
I don't know how he got there. I don't think he was running intentionally halfway to the track.
No, he got backed up almost all the way to the track.
But now we know why. There's no Max Carter. The Dragons are going to go Wildcat. They've got to, I believe, they've got Denver Colgrove in the backfield. No, it is Carter. He'll throw, and the Dragons are going to get some breathing room. So Carter, in the third quarter, coming in for his first action this season, 1 of 3 for 10 yards. And like you said, just trying to manage this fourth quarter and get the Dragons out of here and get them ready for a couple weeks on the road beginning in Marshall next week.
And that last reception by Ryan Harvey Turner on the far sideline, 6'3", 185-pounder out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Colgrove remains in. It's 2nd and 6. Here's Denver. He'll get hit and he'll get taken down. This is Charlie Schwartz, backup linebacker out of West High School in Mankato. So this will be a 3rd and 5 or 6 for the Dragons. Deep in their own territory. Still halftime in Mankato where they lead Mary 50-7. How about this one, Don? Starting the fourth quarter down in Sioux Falls. It's the University of Sioux Falls 27, Minnesota Duluth 3. We were talking maybe Minnesota Duluth. Oh boy, Carter was taken down. He got blasted by Jake Wilson, redshirt freshman out of Washington High School in Sioux Falls. And now Oxendorf will kick from where the end zone extravaganza was earlier this year.
Right down in the end zone, you bet. He's going to be right on the back line. Not ideal. Usually the punter's at least 12 to 14 feet or 14 yards back.
Pakula deep for Augustana. Oxendorf gets off an end-over-ender. Pakula from his 42. Watch out, Pakula's loose. This one's going to come back. There was a block in the back. I don't understand special teams, Don. This is Trevor Gibson, special teamer out of Omaha, Nebraska. Alex, you want to roll this again? Let's see if we can see it. But it was right in front of us, right in front of Steve Lockway. And
during the return, block in the back. 88
here's
of the
Casey
return.
Pack telling everybody what everybody saw. I just don't understand why. Right there.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like hockey. If you see the back, don't
Stop.
touch it. Don't touch. Yeah, you don't touch it. You can't. And the same in football, and it's always been that way. You never hit from behind.
But they do.
And I know.
I don't know what they practice on special teams sometimes.
Well, they don't
In
practice
the pros,
that.
Yeah.
They don't practice that. But then again, it's hard to practice special teams because you never do it completely full speed in practice.
Connor Neal's the new quarterback for it's Zach Mazzoli is the new quarterback for Augustana. And he'll start with an empty backfield. 3 spread to the right. Mazzoli going long. He's got Devin Jones again. Are you kidding me? The first play for Mazzoli. Touchdown, Augustana. Mazzoli's second this season. Devin Jones' third touchdown today. This time we didn't get to see the Devin Jones dance.
Mazzoli, a 6'2", 225-pound senior out of San Francisco, California. City College of San Francisco transfer in. Throws his first completion in this game for a touchdown. First attempt. Wow.
Garita. No good. Luis Garita stunned. It's his first extra point missed this season. It's one of the few things Augustana's missed on today. We take a break.
Heading to Fargo Moorhead to get away and have a little fun? Book your room at the highly rated Microtel Inn and Suites. It's conveniently located just off 8th Street and I-94. Clean rooms and all the amenities you need to relax and recharge after a fun day out. Plus, when you wake up, you can enjoy a free hot breakfast. What are you waiting for? Book your room today at the Microtel Inn and Suites in Moorhead. Call 218-284-4022 or visit microtelmoorhead.com.
There she is. Saw them practicing earlier today. Pick up the latest issue of Area Women Magazine featuring a cover story on Dragon head coach Carla Nelson. Learn how her program has developed women leaders, the success of over 20 straight winning seasons. This one's going to be another one, and how life is more than just a game. It's a great article in Area Women Magazine, and I think they're going to be good again.
I think they are too. And I'll tell you what, she is one heck of a coach and even a better person. Amazing individual.
The pride of Erskine, Minnesota. The Dragons will start from their own 30-yard line. All right, they're losing 6-0 this half. You said they want to win the second half. For that to happen, the Dragons got to move the football with this guy, Max Carter. There he is, number 13, running the show for the Dragons.
Open up the playbook?
I don't know. I mean, on the one hand, it's 48-3. You know, you think, what are we having for supper tonight, honey? on the other hand, there's
Right.
still 11 minutes and 10 seconds of, you said you can't practice except in a real, so this would be
Game
the time,
speed,
wouldn't it?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. And yes, you do need the game speed and the game play, and you got to compete.
Cogrove for 2.
And the more players that Coach Lockway can get in to get game reps is also a big plus.
Brett Scarda in the ball game, number 84 at the bottom of your screen. Connor Hankey in the slot. High snap, ball's on the ground, and it's grabbed by Carter, and this will bring up a 3rd and long. I think there are backup linemen in the ball game. I don't see, was that Harris again? Either way, this will be a 3rd and 14. Sam Harris still is in the ball game for the Dragons. Remember, they're operating with 40% of their starting offensive line for the season on IR and done for the year in Austin Rube and Jordan Eckley. This is 3rd and 14. Carter steps up. He's going to get sacked, and I think that was a case of freshmanitis because instead of looking downfield, he stepped up into a world of trouble.
Well, he did, and the exit plan there, in my mind, would have been for him to roll to his right hand, roll away from that pocket to open green space out here on the near sideline. But he's a young guy. He'll learn.
Oxendorf. Blast one to the 37. Spinning going down is Madden Pakula. And Augustana will get the ball back, leading 48-3 with 9:27 remaining in the ball game.
James Eggert on the tackle there. A really, really, really nice open field tackle because they've done some damage, the Vikings have, on returns. That time James Eggert was not going to let him get a big return. Vikings are going to come back out with Zach Mazzoli at quarterback, the signal caller.
David Otto remains in the backfield next to Mazzoli. 1st and 10 for Augustana. Otto on the run. Otto's loose. He will get cut down by is that Taylor?
Taylor out there. Yep.
And a flag also went down with Otto.
Great tackle made by DeAndre Taylor.
Offense number 75.
And I'm pretty sure
Bring
he
our
was being
penalty.
held
Repeat
at that
first down.
time. He's still able to fight it off and get himself in position to make the tackle.
So the hold took place at the Dragon 45-yard line. So instead of a 15-yard gain, it'll be a 5-yard gain, but it'll be first down from the 45-yard line. Mazzoli calls his own number. He'll get the first down. He's taken down by Blake Wilkins, sophomore free safety out of Brooklyn Center, Minnesota. This will be a first down for Augustana. I don't blame them for opening up the playbook either. There's still 4 games remaining. I don't know if there's playoffs in there. I don't know. You want to finish strong, obviously. There's still 4 games left. That's a month of football left, so you want to see what this guy has, just like the Dragons want to see what Carter has.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And this quarterback, Mazzoli, listed as a senior, transfer in out of San Francisco. But if they had any injuries, he seems very capable.
He'll give it here. Is that Epperson again? They just continue this. It was. They just continue this rotation of running backs. Again, they seem quite capable. They came in with the 14th most prolific run offense in the NSIC. And this afternoon they run for 206 yards. Again, 75 on that one run by Jarrett Epperson rather. Back in the second quarter. This is 2nd and 9. And I don't know if they got that play off. It was on 0, but they will get it off, and this is complete. This is Logan Utek, just his 3rd catch this season. And then Utek steps out of bounds with 3rd and 2. 7:25 left to go. The Dragons on the road for 3 of their final 4 games this season. The one home game will be significant. It's for a pretty significant trophy, the Battle Axe. And Don and I will have that 3 weeks from today on WDAY Extra. 3rd and 2 for Augustana. Now the shovel. This is Otto. First down. That was perfectly run by Mazzoli.
That's a confident player, and you can sure tell, listed as a senior, that he is a senior. He took that play, and as it was breaking down around him, he's able to ad-lib and get that pitch off to his running back. Wow. Great play for the Vikings. Great play by Mazzoli.
So the ball's at the 29-yard line. 1st and 10. Augustana, 6:24 left to go. They are up 48-3. Mazzoli keeps it himself. This one's going to come back. This is another block in the back. I believe against Augustana. This is Casey Pack, our referee who threw it. Yeah, it's a hold, block in the back, whatever the case may be. So there will be teaching moments for both. How about that one? 3rd quarter in St. Cloud. Southwest Minnesota State 35, St. Cloud State 21. There's some crazy things going on around the NSIC today. Minnesota State Mankato, they might win. Look at that. Look at that one. Sioux Falls 27, Duluth 3.
Wow. Statement game for Sioux Falls.
Coming around the bend is Brett Shepley. And he's going to get clocked by Carter Blackwell. You want to say compete, I guess you can have some fun when you're down by 45.
Carter Blackwell, 6 foot, 395-pound sophomore out of Dickinson, North Dakota, comes up and lays the lick on Shepley. Stopped him dead in his tracks. That's a great play for the Dragon defensive back.
St. Cloud State won their first 2 ball games of the year against Mary and Crookston. A couple teams that are looking for a win. They lost to Northern. They lost by 6 to Duluth. They lost at Augustana in overtime last week. And in trouble today. Otto. Not much, maybe lost a yard. Eggert with a big hit right in front of his sideline. This will bring up a 3rd down.
Coming up and stopping that play also was Jared Kallenbach, Jamestown native, freshman, 5'11", 183 pounds. It's number 18, Jared Kallenbach.
Hey, Don. Mankato just scored again.
Wow.
14:25 left to go. They're up 71-14 on Mary. They're good.
Oh, yeah, they're good. And they're deep.
How far can that team go? They've got 4 games remaining after today. 4 games remaining. Mazzoli crunched. Mazzoli. Never saw, I think it was Jacob Fleming.
Chased down from behind.
So Fleming will get his first sack out of Palatine, Illinois, and Augustana will kick this thing away with just under 4 minutes left to go. No, it wasn't Fleming. 90. Krajic, yeah, out of Naperville. Different Illinoisan.
Redshirt freshman, though, 6'2", 220-pound defensive end. Never quit on the play. Kept coming.
Juergens. That one looked like it was off his ankle. And this one's going to go in the book as a beauty. Down to the 7-yard line. It's a 35-yard punt. The Dragons will get the ball back with 3 minutes and 24 seconds left to go. So it started off as this beautiful day. Weather-wise, it's still a beautiful day. The colors are out. It's gorgeous. It's supposed to rain and blow, and things are going to go downhill weather-wise here tomorrow afternoon. But I did not see I did not see this truck from Sioux Falls coming into Moorhead and steamrolling over the Dragons today. So Carter and the Dragon offense start from their own 7-yard line. Maybe nothing as Zane Miller gets his first run as a Dragon. The Central High School graduate out of Grand Forks. There's Steve Lockley in the coaches game presented by BSN. BSN is your Nike and Under Armour provider here in Fargo Moorhead. It's 2nd and 10. Carter from his own end zone. Miller, what a nice move. Steve Lockway told me this guy might not see the ball a lot, but he's shifty and is fast. That was shifty, and then he turned on the jets. That was fun to see.
Find some openings and make some room for himself by using speed. That's good old ingenuity there.
Phil Melrow, Alexander Roof, some different Dragons getting the play here on the offensive line. 2.25 minutes left to go. This is a 3rd and 5 for the Dragons. Carter throwing downfield, and he's going to overshoot his intended target. I believe at Hinkie. This will be a 4th down, and Oxendorf will come in and kick this ball away again. will be Oxendorf's 10th punt today. He tied an MSU Moorhead record with 11 punts in a victory against Northern State earlier this season. A high wobbler. Kula makes the catch. Run this clock out. 1 minute and 56 seconds left to go. Here today, 48-3. Augustana on top. Winona State leads at Bemidji State, Don. 8:49 left to go in Bemidji. It's Winona State 20, Bemidji State 14. So, I mean, Winona State's a really good football team. I didn't think Bemidji was going to get beat many times at home. They got walloped earlier this season by Minnesota Duluth at home. But now Winona State giving them more than they can bargain for. Another new quarterback in. This is Connor Neal. And he'll get taken down right at midfield by Eggert. He might have gotten a yard. So I think if you were on the bus coming up here from Sioux Falls to Moorhead yesterday, you're getting an opportunity to play.
You're definitely in the game. Yep. Somehow, some way, you're going to have some sweat marks and some dirt marks on your uniform. Well, I guess with the turf, you can't really get dirt, can you?
This is a 2nd and 9. Neal wants to put it up. And he's got a man. Neal, incomplete. Pakula, the punt returner, might have had a touchdown and dropped it.
Wide open as he separated himself from the defensive back that had man coverage with him.
What a perfect pass. Yeah, he got behind Blake Wilkins, didn't he? Oh, I'm sorry, TJ Neal.
Jake Betcher, number 35. 35.
I thought it was
Jake
25.
Betcher. He beat Betcher down the sideline and was able to get about 2-3 yards on him. Great pass by the quarterback.
So this will be a 3rd and 9 from midfield. 1:09 left to go. Neal. Running near side. Takes a swipe at DeAndre Wade and then gets tackled. This will be 4th down as we're under a minute.
Neal is probably a little bit upset at his receiver for not catching that pass as he threw just a perfect ball to him. Not going to get another chance at doing that. They're going to punt the ball.
Juergens on to kick it away for the Vikings.
So Juergens will punt this ball away. He'll stand back at his own 38-yard line. And no, he won't.
Now he'll punt it.
Well, it's delayed game, and now, yeah, they weren't in any hurry. So here's Juergens. Not his best kick today. This will bounce to 25 and go out of bounds. 20 seconds from the 20-yard line. 12.5 seconds left to go in this ball game. So once again, Dragons volleyball coming up at the top of the hour. 4 o'clock as they take on Winona State. I saw Chad Walthall in his sweatshirt walking around the track, enjoying this beautiful day, getting in his exercise, just texting him on the phone back and forth saying, Brooke and this young Dragon volleyball team, fun to watch. Here's Carter throwing, far side, complete, and that'll do it. Augustana, from the get-go, dominate the Dragons. They win 48-3. Don and I will wrap it up right after this. You're watching live coverage of MSU Moorhead Dragons football, presented by Dragons Live on WDAY Extra.
Get fired up for the new shop MSUMDragons.com, the official online store of Dragon Athletics, featuring top brands like Under Armour, Adidas, Columbia, and more. Get gear in women's, youth, toddler, and infant sizes, perfect for all of our Dragon fans. Support your favorite Dragon team with Select a logo. Anything custom ships in 72 hours. And take your tailgating to the next level with items like bleacher chairs, tailgate tents, and lawn chairs. Get the gear and support your team with profits going directly to Dragon Athletics from shop MSUMDragons.com.
Another day. And just like every day, it never seems to slow down. But you have a plan. Grab a cup, grab the paper, and grab a little time. Just for you. It's worth it. Don't get the paper? Just grab the phone. Call now and save up to 60% off the newsstand price. Journalists, bringing the story home every day.
It's a new stay at the Courtyard by Marriott, located just minutes from downtown Fargo, local colleges, shopping centers, and several restaurants. The Courtyard features a 24-hour fitness center, 24-hour on-site Starbucks, and our bistro restaurant and lounge open for breakfast and dinner daily. Relax in one of our 2 indoor swimming pools and hot tub. The comfort your family needs, close to all the action at the Courtyard by Marriott. Visit our website or call 218-284-1000. That's 218-284-1000.
Your man cave is a lie. It's not a masculine refuge, it's a basement in your wife's house. Caves don't have frilly craft store signs. Yell about it. In your man cave, no one can hear you scream. Wake up! Head upstairs and get to B-dubs, where the kegerators are just called taps, the wall color is TVs, and the wings taste like freedom. Also, your friends actually like coming here. Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar!
Welcome back to Shields Field at Alex Nemzik Stadium. Augustana sends the Dragons to their 3rd straight loss and under the 500 mark for the first time this year with a 48-3 throttlage of the Dragons. It was
Affinity Plus
42-3
definitely seems like a credit union that cares.
At the half. So let's jump ahead to some second half highlights. And the Dragons defense came to play here in this second half. They got a strip sack here. It was recovered by Devin Jones, who had a big day himself for Augustana. This might have been, or this was, the biggest play of the second half. A Sadler to Anthony Carmazin hookup, and there it is right there, a microcosm of what's going on during this little losing streak. A lot of tackling issues for the Dragons. And then the only score happened in the 4th quarter. Backup quarterback Zach Mazzoli hit Devin Jones for his 3rd touchdown today. And then the Dragons with a little more sackage. This is Zach Rajalik getting a sack as the Dragon defense surrendered 6 points as Augustana had this ball game in the grasp from the get-go. Don, as we take a look at our final stats.
Oh, no doubt about it. From the get-go, from the first snap on offense, Augustana in the first half, 24 total plays, 5 of them went for touchdowns, and they just never stopped.
Augustana beats the Dragons 48-3. Let's take another break. Then Don and I will wrap up the football side of this doubleheader. You're watching live coverage of Dragons football on WDAY Extra.
Libby here with another lesson.
Okay, gotta make a list. Pay cable bill, research car insurance rates, get groceries. And my student loan payment is due next week.
You look stressed. If you're worried about money, Try riding Matt's bus.
There is a bus stop pretty close to my job. I could give it a try.
Awesome. More conditioner?
Thanks a lot.
He learned his lesson. Join us and take the challenge to ride green.
This is more than a bundle. It's more than a combo deal. It's not just stuff. This is your home, your car. And you want to give them the protection they deserve. With home and auto insurance. State Farm agents get it. It's why they're here.
In Moorhead, talk to State Farm agent Dave Eggers.
Update or download to the all-new MSUM Dragons app on iTunes and Google Play. The new app features customized following of only your favorite Dragons teams, incredible in-app live stats and media coverage, and our fired-up rewards program all in one easy-to-use app. Update your Dragons app, search MSUM in your app store, or visit msumdragons.com/app to download the new MSUM Dragons app today.
All right, 48-3. Remember volleyball coming up at the top of the hour. 48-3, Augustana wins here in football. Let's take a look at our play of the game presented by Herbert and Gerberts. And if the offense for Augustana wasn't enough, they get a little help from their defense as well. This was the second of 2 interceptions by Kenneth Griffin. He would take this back 54 yards. This made it 42-3 Augustana with just under 3 minutes remaining in the first half. Our play of the game is presented by Herbert and Gerberts. Bold between the bread, truly bold, is Herbert and Gerberts. They've got hand-sliced meat, hand-sliced cheese, fresh bread. Herbert and Gerberts. Go to herbertandgerberts.com to order online for pickup or delivery. Live life flavorfully. And as far as our newsmaker of the game, let's go to the quarterback for Augustana. You could have picked one of many. This was Kyle Sadler. He was just 12 of 15, but 225 yards, 3 touchdowns. The Dragons did get to him for a couple of sacks today, but Kyle Sadler is our newsmaker of the game, presented by the Forum of Fargo-Moorhead. Call 241-5445 today to get the Forum of Fargo-Moorhead delivered tomorrow. So we welcome you back inside the booth one more time. Let's take a look at our upcoming schedule first. The Dragons, we mentioned, are on the road the final 3 of 4 games this season. I'll do an audio-only webcast next Saturday beginning at 1 o'clock. The Dragons in Southwest Minnesota State in 2 weeks at 2 o'clock on the 2nd of November against Minot State. And then Don will join me as we'll have the Battle Axe game between the Dragons and Bemidji State at 1 o'clock November 9th on WDAY Extra. And then the Dragons close out the season at St. Cloud State. Your upcoming schedule is presented by Richards Transportation. Now we'll welcome you inside the booth one more time. Don, Steve, 48-3. What else you got?
Throw it out in the wash. Got to play next week.
So we're going to hear the terms like flush it, throw it
out. Yeah.
How?
You have to. You got to put it away. You got to come back. Meetings tomorrow night, Monday, hit practice field, and look forward to next Saturday. This game has to go in the rearview mirror, and you got to put it away.
Final question before we take it down inside the gymnasium for some volleyball pregame activities. The Dragons, we asked at the beginning, and one of your keys to a Dragons victory is to find out the Dragons' identity. Where are we with that? They're now 3-4.
They're still looking. They are still looking for their identity as a team. They competed better in the second half. First half, they didn't compete. They missed a lot of tackles. They didn't, assignment-wise on offense, they weren't solid. They ran the ball better. Now, that's where they need to go. They need to go there, control the ball, run the ball. That has to be their identity. In my opinion, that's what the Dragons need to do.
All right, that's going to do it for us here in the football booth. We'll take a break, and then we'll go inside that gymnasium right there as John Webking will get you set up for a 4 o'clock match between the Dragons and Winona State. Once again, your final score here on the football field, the Dragons fall to Augustana 48-3.
Affinity Plus definitely seems like a credit union that cares about people.